you for infinity. I love you for infinity. I love you for infinity. I love you for infinity.
To my beautiful daughter, your dream has come true. For 20 years, you've said, I want to get married on Kiawah Island. And it happened.
Relationships like Kelly and Chris are rare these days. While most people meet their significant others on Hinge or Tinder, Kelly and Chris joined forces the biblical way, prearranged by their sisters. Sharing a deep appreciation for their siblings, they tried multiple times to set them up. November 2019, the work of the sisters finally paid off. After a bit of Instagram vetting, Kelly and Chris agreed to meet up.
I helped my brother plan their first date, dinner, and a rooftop showing of Home Alone. Unbeknownst to Christopher, Christmas is Kelly's favorite holiday. But I think they would both tell you it wasn't the best first date. So fast forward a few months to spring of 2020 when everyone was in lockdown in Vegas. They picked up right where they had left off, and I knew Chris was super into her. He was so into her that my very lactose intolerant brother ate an entire plate of the tiramisu Kelly had made for dessert one night. The rest was history.
When your daughter comes to you and says, hey, Dad, there's a guy I want to marry. The only thing that you can hope for is that you and your wife are taught her well. And she chooses somebody that loves and cherishes her as much as you do. And it appears that Connie and I did something right, because honey, you picked the right guy.
Love, as distinctive from being in love, is not merely a feeling. It's a deep unity maintained by the will and deliberately strengthened by habit. In the face of loss of family members and intense hardship, Kelly stood by Chris's side and Chris stood by Kelly's.
Chris, I feel so incredibly lucky to be standing in front of you today in my favorite place with our friends and family. I promise to always be your biggest fan, even on your questionable style choices, to always support your dreams and to stop complaining when golf is on TV. I promise to be the best mom to Ollie and to any other additions to our family, whether fur or human. I promise to practice patience and never take for granted how lucky we are to have found a love like ours. Thank you for being the best part of my days, for accepting all that I am, and for loving me unconditionally, although I can make it pretty challenging. I cannot wait to begin this new chapter and to love you all my life as my husband. I love you.
Your acceptance of me, with all my flaws, fuels my desire to grow and improve, not just for you, but for us. You've seen me for who I am and loved me all the more for it. You fully embrace me and my quirks, even though my beanies and my sandals may not be your favorite things. So I promise to cherish our path, embrace our present, and eagerly anticipate our future. I love being yours.
With great pleasure, I announce to you, husband and wife, Chris, you may kiss your bride.
The love you have for your family is unmatched. And while you may be the youngest, you always manage to take care of those you love the most. You're a stickler for traditions, and no matter how old we get, you will always be in matching pajamas on Christmas Eve.
My little munchkin, you prioritize your family in a way that at times is so severely relentless. We can't avoid it. But what's amazing, Chris, is your equal, sincere love and devotion for your family. And it is the tie that binds both of our families, and we love you just so much for it.